Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Sharksmunch. We have a challenge once again in the game One Finger Death Punch. This game is a very simple fighting game where all you have to do is hit the left button to attack to the left and hit the right button to attack to the right. And it's very hard. Now, not in the sense that this game is so difficult, but in the sense that you have to keep going and keep focusing and going on and on and on. It's very, very hard to just focus because you do it for, at least for the sake of this challenge. I was doing it for 20 minutes at a time, and it got to the point where I was only able to play 3 or 4 games before I had to physically get up, walk around, and do something else for another 10-15 minutes before I can come back to it. And I can't sit down and play this game for more than 3 hours before I'm just done entirely. So it made this challenge very hard to do because I like to do my challenges in like periods of up to 6 hours at a time, and I could not focus that long, and I clearly saw myself getting worse and worse near the end of doing one of this play sessions. Now there's a problem with this as well, and I actually got it up to 1,500 already, which was our base goal, but I wasn't recording. So I had to do this all over again. Now this time though, I think I actually got farther than I did last time. And it also took me about another day to get to this point as well. Like, I just kind of sat down one day and was like, you know what, let's just try this one more time. And then this happened to be the one run. So I kind of got lucky there. But for the most part, it's a very, very fun game. Not very many people have heard of it, and it's pretty cheap as well. I would recommend picking it up if it ever goes on sale or or ever finds itself in a bundle or something like that, because it's definitely a good run through for at least $3 or $4. Even if you get sick of it, it's still probably worth your $3 to $4. It's made by the people Silver Dollar Games. From what I heard, they've done a couple other games, but not nearly of this caliber. Also, a couple other things. I want to mention a few of the aesthetics of this game because it seems to be one of the best parts, to be honest. A lot of the music seems kind of Newgroundsy. Now, that's not to say it's bad. It's pretty good, and it fits the tone of the game. But if you've ever been to the Newgrounds music section, you can kind of tell that it's amateurish. Now, that's not saying it's bad. It's probably good. I don't know. I actually have a couple of Newgrounds artists I used to listen to when I first got my iPod, like when I was 12 or whatever. I had a few artists that I regularly listened to on there, and they were pretty good. But here it's kind of got the same feeling in terms of the music, but still, again, very fitting, very good, and it works. So this game comes off as kind of cheap, but the simple mechanics and the way this game works, it makes it very challenging nonetheless. Like, I could see this being a browser game, but I could see it being one of those, like, browser games that a lot of people know of, kind of thing. And I'm kind of glad they're charging for it, to be honest, because I think this is a game I would like to keep. I would probably regularly go to the site and play this game. Or I might not even have known about it, because I don't really play very many Flash games. There's a few mechanics here I do want to point out, only because that's what makes it hard, and you've probably seen them already in this video, but I'll talk about them now. A few things is you'll see the colored enemies. They'll have special different like ways you have to hit the buttons to defeat them. Like this enemy, you have to defeat it by hitting the right mouse button. Like that time, you had to hit the right mouse button 4 times, and I did that one. This one, you had to hit the left one 4 times. And this one, it can go back and forth. You saw it had a red and a blue bar. It would go, you hit it on the right side, and then it would go to the left side, and you had to hit the left and right. And this, well, the purple one I killed using one of the passives I had, but you can also follow the mouse clicks down there too. That little blue half circle with the hemispheres is supposed to be a mouse, and you can follow the mouse clicks I do there. There's a few problems I had when doing this challenge as well. The big one being that I felt like many of the times I did actually hit the enemy, and they would come back and hit you anyway, and it would call it as a miss, but I digress. That happens in some games too, so I'm not too worried about it. It was just kind of a problem. Like right there, I thought I hit him. I could have sworn I hit the mouse button right there, but I guess I didn't. Either that or the game just didn't register it. So when I was doing this challenge, I had a lot of silly mistakes. Like that was probably... whenever I play any game, actually, I always have that warm-up round, which is what this round was supposed to be. I just sat down, like I said, and I just tried to do it in 1 hour. So this was supposed to be my warm-up round. But, so I was making a lot of silly mistakes, but I managed to do it somehow. I don't know. It was weird. And also these rounds, they had the blue nunchuck one, which is actually my favorite one of the two, and they had the red lightsaber one. Now, these ones are supposed to use to get back your health, as you probably saw previously. You get the health back by killing the white enemies, and they'll pop up every 25 kills. And normally, I'm always able to get the first two ones always back up to full health, usually, when I would play this. But I need to do 2 more, and I think I do the best one in this next bonus round coming up. But this one, I always manage to get to full health. The third one that I do, I never really get to full health, and the fourth one is the last one I do, and I use that one to try and get as many kills as possible. Never get to full health, and I usually end up dying after the 4th bonus round. Now around this time is when it all starts picking up and you start having to focus like really hard and you have to start buckling down and getting in the zone. Now the scary thing is you're only 2/3 the way done if you want to even get to 1,500, which is a relatively simple challenge to do. And I say relatively simple because of course you're going to find other people who can do it in like 2,500, 5,000 kills easy. But getting to 1,000, that's when it starts picking up, and that's when you have to start focusing and really getting down to as much as you possibly can. You have to really focus. It's so difficult to do to get to that point, and it's just increasing the speed and increasing how fast it keeps going, which makes it harder and harder and harder for you to keep up. Luckily, these bonus rounds do come in handy. I oftentimes find myself dropping to about 4 to 5 every time each of these bonus rounds come around, and I'm kind of surprised, but I'm able to perfect this bonus round right here and get all my health back, which is pretty good, because I never really am able to do that. there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the 1,500 kill challenge. It's done. But I still feel like we can go further. So let us try. No, my ball went away, but I wanted that. Yeah, at this point I could not retain my focus anymore. This challenge alone has been like 20 minutes long, and that's just sitting there focusing on this one thing, and it's just, I couldn't do it anymore. So this bonus round I cannot get very much health back at all. It doesn't help that they're going faster and faster either. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's as far as I've gotten. But we will revisit this challenge later, whenever I feel more comfortable being able to breach 2,000 kills. But until then, remember, keep challenging yourself, and check back next week for more Sharksmunch challenges.